Hello friends. So today we're going to talk about this basketball and how this basketball can make your life better. The main goal of this is to help you a little bit with your back pain. So if you're suffering with back pain, and especially for those that sit for a long time, in an office or driving for a long period of time, or even you fitness crazy people out there who are just doing crunches and sit-ups until leg lifts until you explode, this one is for you. So just any old basketball is going to do, and take a little bit of air out of it so it's a bit cushy. What we're going to do is we're going to use this to massage the inner workings of the abdomen, really to get to this, what we call the iliopsoas. So it's a deep muscle in the structure of the abdomen, and it's a major hip flexor, so it pulls your knee up to your chest, and it's also a major stabilizer for your lower back. Yeah. So the iliopsoas attaches to the diaphragm and then all the bones and the discs of the lower back, and it runs through the front of your body, one on the right, one on the left, and attaches to the inner thigh on both sides. Such an important muscle for stabilization of the lower back. And actually, they have a nickname for this muscle called the Great Pretender, because often when you have knots and areas that are uncomfortable in the muscle, it actually causes back pain. So you think, oh, my back hurts, but really you have like a knot or a pain in a muscle referring from that psoas or iliopsoas to your lower back. So check it out. Go straight to the stretch. If you look in the description for this video, I'll put the time stamp that you can just fast forward now. Go straight to the stretch based on that time stamp, so you don't have to sit around for the discussion, because I do want to talk a little bit about it, and I have a lot to say. So I'll try to get it done pretty quickly, okay? So your abdomen, so my right side, left side, okay? When food gets processed in your digestive system and elimination system, it mushes around through the small intestine, which is more in the middle, and then it comes over to the right side of the bottom and goes up your ascending colon. Got it? Then it crosses the transverse colon, and then it goes down the descending colon, then into the sigmoid colon and out. It goes out. So that's the pathway for your food. Now, to use this basketball, don't have it fully inflated. It needs to be, softer. Not too soft, but softer. And the reason is look, some people show you using a ball that's hard, but I'm not really that into it. And the real reason is that if it's too firm, it can be really painful doing this process in your belly. And it's not necessarily about using this to do the massaging. You're really going to use your body to massage itself on this. So not this to massage you, but you to use this to massage yourself on it. And you're going to use your breath to do that. Okay. So you need to know the pathway of food, because it's generally a good idea to follow that pathway of food when you're doing this technique. That means start at the lower right and then work your way up and across and then down through the left. Now take your body and split it in half. There's your center line. When you do this massaging technique, you're generally not pushing straight on the front of your abdomen. You're not going to lay onto, well, you'll see me do it in a moment. You won't lay directly straight on top of it. As a matter of fact, you're going to go off to the side so that the direction of pressure is coming in on an angle. So it's, I think, 45-degree angle into your abdomen, okay? Or even, and it can be further out to the outside too, because everyone's going to feel this differently, because there's no one right way for every single person, because each of you have different issues and different tension and different experiences in your abdominal area. And using this as a tool to discover the inner workings about what's happening in your life and what's happening inside your body. And it's going to be different for everyone. So there's no, this is going to work for everybody the same way. That's not how this goes. This will just work, and you're going to learn something about yourself. And in the meantime, you're going to alleviate a lot of tension and hopefully have a lot less back pain. And potentially there could be a whole host of other things that happen for you, like alleviating any kind of elimination issues, or digestive disturbances, anything that would benefit you, even decreasing stress, because how many people out there hold stress in their gut or in their digestive system? A lot of people. Some people hold it in their head and their shoulders and they're all crunched up like that, but other people, when they get stressed out, they have other things that happen, like bathroom issues, yeah? Okay, so you're gonna use your breathing. Okay, that's the mechanism. Breathing is the mechanism that massages. So it's the movement of your body and the breath through your body, and the movement of the tissue of your body that occurs from your breathing that will do the massaging while you're using this to create pressure, okay? And you're gonna come in from on an angle. You're gonna use this on an angle. Cool. A lot of things that this will also do is that you think, or some people might say, well, it's kind of big. How is this big giant thing actually going to press on the psoas? And I think that's a really great question. And it's not necessarily. This is actually more about using your entire structure to create the change, and particularly a structure called fascia. So your fascia system is the coverings that are inside of your body, and they weave together like a network of, like, you know, Spider-Man spider webs through your body. And this network of fascia, as it weaves together, yeah, it experiences everything that you experience. So if you experience a pattern of tension, we can see that pattern of tension in the fascia. So the weavings of the fascia will actually change in response to tension, stress. It'll change in response to emotion. And your fascia system, which is amazing and freaking brilliant, like absolutely brilliant, is actually a communication system. It's light sensitive. So you think like copper wire and your nerves, right? Nerves are like copper wire. Well, fascia is like fiber optic cable, because light penetrates through that, light energy penetrates through fascia, and is a system of communication for your body. So alleviating tension in your fascia alleviates communication tension in your body. It's freaking brilliant. It really is. Now, it's gonna hurt like hell. Well, maybe not, because you get to control the level of pain that you experience while you're doing this, okay? But when you finish this, not only will you feel better in your lower back, but you're gonna be way calmer in your body. That's even like, you know, a short session of meditation. It's a moving meditation where you're creating the effect, and this little basketball is gonna do it all. All right, so here's the setup, okay? So when we do it, which I'll try to do it so you can see it properly, you're gonna use your hands to support, and the side that you're gonna massage is gonna be the straight leg side. So I'm gonna massage the left side first. Well, I'll do the right side first. And so the right leg goes straight, and the left leg will come up, and then I'm gonna turn to my side just so that I can get that angle into the abdominal area, okay? Here, check this out. One leg comes up, the other leg goes long, and you lay on top of this basketball. So I'm on my side, so not directly to it, but on the side to it, on an angle. Got it? Whew, man, this is, and I'm not even putting a lot of pressure, but man, you can really feel the shifts and changes. So here's a couple of my top tips. Like, don't freak out. It's gonna freaking hurt. Like, it hurts if you put too much pressure. But if you want to have less pain, if you want to have less pain, just sneak your elbows a little closer together and use your weight and lift yourself up. Use your strength, your core, and only put a little bit of your body weight in. So remember, I'm not using this ball to massage against, which there is a technique you can use, a foam roller in your abdomen, and literally do this in the same position and roll up and down on this foam roller. You could do that too with this ball, but that's not what this technique is. It's much more different and special. So you find a position and typically start as low as you can on your right side. Go to a position where there's not much tension, and then start to change your position by subtly moving your body. It could be just millimeters. An inch could make a massive difference. All right, and you move, and then you feel the accumulation. You'll feel tension, you'll feel pressure, and it might even make you want to pull away, but just go right to the edge that you can handle, and then relax, and then breathe. And because we're massaging the lower abdomen, you want to focus, you don't want to use the breath in your neck, okay? That's not where you want to breathe from. You don't want to breathe from your chest. What you want to do is you want to breathe using your abdomen. So your abdomen, as you inhale, that will intensify the pressure. And think of it like this. It's a common technique that I use with pretty much all my patients when we're doing work. And we get to a point on their body where they're experiencing a tremendous amount of tension. And we'll put pressure into that tension, and then I'll coach them. Make believe that that area, that bound up area, that energy, that area of bound energy is like an ice cube. And your inhale starts to heat it up, and the exhale is some portion, and if not, maybe all of it, but at least some part of that melts into water. That's the exhale. So inhaling, exhaling, and then relaxing to deepen your experience. Inhale, exhale, relax. And then you'll feel a change. Now the change may not be where all my pain is gone, or all the discomfort is gone, or all the tension is gone. That actually may not happen, but something will shift for you that is better. In other words, some of the tension is going to be gone. Some of the uncomfortableness is going to be gone. And that is kind of your cue to move to the next spot. So you're going to come up the abdomen. That means I'm going to scoop back on the ball. Wow, man, I tell you, it's a good one. This is quality. This is an amazing process. And just spend some time doing it. Yeah, literally turn into it a little bit and just feel your body laying on the ball. It's safe. Don't worry. It's not, you're not going to hurt yourself on this. Here's that disclaimer. Consult with your primary care physician, just in case. But it's it's pretty gentle, even though it's tense and it causes uncomfortableness. I think it's quite common when I'm with any patient. I'd say 90%, if not more, of the people that I see, when I start getting my hands into their abdomen to alleviate tension, and as I'm talking to you, I'm moving through a pattern of tension in my own abdomen. And as we get into their abdomen and we start getting into areas that are uncomfortable, it will make them feel uncomfortable. Like they'll have feelings that are uncomfortable, and the feelings and thoughts that you have while you process through this area are because, and this woman, her name is Ida Rolf, said this the best. The issues are in the tissues, right? So you are like a giant journal, and all your feelings, emotions, emotional, things, thoughts, desires, all that stuff gets written into your physical self. And in your tissue, in your abdomen, you have a lot of emotion written into this area. So as you're working that area out and you're breathing, and it's quiet, put some music on that you enjoy that can help you relax even further. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions will come up. Now, my back just cracked when I said that. When I took that deep breath in, I just had a segment of my spine release itself from the pattern of tension through the abdomen because I'm releasing that tension. Okay, so all that while you're doing this, back to thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, right? While you're working this out, you'll have certain thoughts, you'll have certain feelings, and those aren't by accident. That's not by coincidence. There are no coincidences here. You're gonna have those because of the area that you're processing, and often because it's those types of thoughts, feelings, or emotions that might be stuck in the tissue in this area in your abdomen. It's cool. All right, let's just say, as I'm gonna get to the top, because we can spend some time here, I'm gonna start to roll across right below the rib cage, and I'll go slow, point by point, making sure that I'm taking a good amount of time, 3, 4, 5, 6, could be more breaths in and out to alleviate tension along the way, going inch by inch as we work across. Now I'm gonna switch sides, so you switch sides, pretty simple, and I'm gonna work down the descending colon. So I'm going a little quicker than I would normally if I'm gonna treat myself. But now that I'm at the top, I'm gonna work down the left side towards the base of the leg, and using the same technique of the inhales and exhales. And of course, you see I'm on an angle, right? Because the ball is going in on an angle in my abdomen. And we'll do the same thing. Now we're gonna just work down. Now we have, here's some side sort of, you have the technique now. This is the technique. And you get all the way to the bottom, and when you finish off, you're right at the bottom. Now you can use the ball and continue where I often will do is bring this into the top part of the hip and pelvis and work through the pubic bone and use the ball to roll through the pubic bone, but we'll save that for a different video. Right now, this is all about an abdominal release and iliopsoas release, and also a release for your elimination system, large intestine, small intestine, and the fascia and your interstitial tissue that is in that area. Cool. So while you're doing this, you just got to remember just a couple of different things. Like, it's not bad to go to the center, but here's what you've got to remember. And I'm going to come up out of this to help you with this, is that through the center of your body, through the center of the abdomen, and then just slightly to your left, is what we call your descending abdominal aorta. So it's a big tube, okay, an artery that comes off the top of your heart and drops down your body. And when it gets down to your pelvis, it splits in two, to the right and left iliac arteries. And these are the main arteries that feed your lower body and your legs. So just keep in mind that putting direct pressure onto that artery, right, can be an uncomfortable situation. Hence, I don't recommend leaning straight on your belly and resting all your weight onto that artery. This is just not a fun experience. And it causes stress in that artery that you don't need to have. And yes, like if you are an older person with, let's say, calcific problems, that you have calcified arteries and so on and so forth, potentially this could be good for you to do, but potentially this also could be not that good for you to do. And so if you're an adult who has a particular problem like that, where it's severe, then you want to talk to your physician to see whether or not this is a smart thing to do. Cool. So that is how to alleviate tension through your abdomen to help your lower back feel incredible and hopefully much better for you in the future. And this way you'll get a little bit of control. Cool. Until our next time, have a great day.